Hello and welcome to the occasional videos that sometimes accompany our weekly blogs. This week, Claire has been writing about Poppy and her having to have eye drops after she got stung by a bee on her eyelid. Oh my God, I even want to think about how much that would hurt. And the thing that's important is that actually it's not been a big deal. So obviously Poppy was a bit stressed about being stung in the eyelid, but she was okay letting Claire have a look. She was fine with the vet examining her. And now Claire has to do at least once daily eye drops. That hasn't been an issue either. The secret? Squeezy cheese. Okay, seriously, it's like the magic weapon that you need for this kind of situation. And of course, a dog who understands that being handled and poked and prodded leads to squeezy cheese and that it's all going to be okay. The time to start getting your dog used to being handled is not when they are poorly, sick, broken, ill, in pain, or any of those scenarios. And this is really hard because if you have a dog that doesn't really like being touched in particular places or doesn't really like being brushed in that one spot, it's really easy to not do it. Like you can do all kinds of things so that you never have to do the thing your dog doesn't like. Well, good, because you're managing it. You're helping your dog stay feeling safe. Downside, you are not preparing them for real life, which is going to be that at some point they're going to need to see the vet, they're going to be in pain, and when they get older they might need treatment, they might need manipulation or anything else. I've been through this with two dogs who have gotten old disgracefully and needed quite a lot of support with their joints. That was my Finn and my Farah. Both of them did really, really well with a combination of body work, massage, physiotherapy, and acupuncture. And then on top of that, conventional medication as and when we needed it. But being able to do the physical therapy and being able to do the acupuncture meant we didn't need to add in as many painkillers as early on, which gave us many more options later on in their life. And honestly, speaking from the heart here, that made their last few years so much better. They had a much better quality of life than they would have been if they couldn't be touched by the vet, if they weren't comfortable with a stranger doing things with them, or even if they weren't happy with me doing some gentle, relaxing massage on them. So if right now you're sitting listening to me and thinking, my dog kind of sounds like they would struggle in that situation, or say your dog, you already know they have early stage joint problems, arthritis, hip dysplasia, anything like that, and you're listening to me telling you that physical hands-on therapy and something like acupuncture could really help with their mobility and pain relief, but oh my God, your dog would never tolerate that. Well, all I'm going to say is it's not impossible to change these things. Okay, the right kind of training and the right kind of support can absolutely make a difference, which is why Claire is going to be teaching a class on that. And my example here, because my guys were pretty good to start with, Finn and Farah, and we obviously supported it and kept it going. Freya, on the other hand, Freya is very touchy about some bits of her body being handled, especially her paws. So imagine the joy when we discovered that she managed to need an emergency spay, and then she got a grass seed that went right up between her paws, right up between her toes. And when we x-rayed to find out what was going on with that, there was an infection in the bone of her toe and she nearly had to have it amputated. Yay! Because the sensitive little collie that doesn't like being handled is totally going to be okay with multiple dressing changes and trying to, lance the wound and then do x-rays, right? And we don't want to be sedating her for bandage changes, and we don't really want to sedate her unless we have to. So we did a lot of work, which meant she was okay with being handled. I can touch it and do things. I can show the vet the areas they need to look at. So it's a compromise. But most importantly, we taught her to place her foot and stay in a steady position while I walked out the room so that we could then do the x-rays to check up on the toe bone infection without having to sedate her all the time. Because there's no way that she would do it just because, someone held her there. She would fight. She would absolutely fight, flee, and panic. She needed to know how to do it herself, to be trusted, and for that, we've relied on cheese. So, the moral, if there is one, of this week's little video is start thinking now about how you and your dog are going to cope when they need vet treatment, when they need serious grooming, or when they're old and in pain, and we want to be able to help them have a better quality of life. And right now, if your dog would find that difficult, please consider signing up to Claire's class. It starts on Monday, the 15th of July. It is, as far as I know, the only time it will be running this year because it's the only place we've got a slot for it. It's a 5-week class. You can come with or without your dog, and I promise it is life-changing. Hope to see you there, folks. Bye.